Continuing with this, let's load the key. Public key, go to all files. You will have .pem. Select that. Great, it's imported. Now we need to save the private key. We won't keep any paraphrase. Let's just save it as okay, so let's close this. So now we have the key. So how are we going to connect it? Right. Additional not gem, just put it. So first we need the first name or the IP address. So how do we get that for the instance? It's pretty clear from here. We already have it. That's basically when I tried to connect to the instance. We went to the SSH client and got the screen. So yeah, port 22 is fine, SSH is fine. Now go to SSH here, auth, and load your key. So our key would be this one. Usually it doesn't work in first go, but let me just see. Oh, I think it worked. Yeah, so we connected to the instance which is running right now. That's awesome. Now let's do the next steps. Let's install the Apache web server with PHP. First, I'll just do an update to the operating system. So on this terminal could be for pasting, you can just place right click. So you copy something, just go to the terminal, do the right click, it will paste it. That's usually how it works on Linux. Now let's start copying these commands and just paste it here. Let them run one by one. This is only in case of error, which you won't need right now. So this worked as well. It's just installing stuff, but just with the help of commands. GUI. Okay, so the server has started. Now, how do we check that whether it's working or not? So it says that you can go to your instance address. In this case, we have this as our address, and make sure you do HTTP and not S, since we don't have SSL on this. Hopefully it turns up. It will show some Apache web server page if it is able to connect. It's taking quite a while. Okay, so that means it was not able to connect. Let's figure out what is the issue. Maybe let's see the address again to connect. So this is the public IP address. You can just open this, or you can use this as a more readable URL. But somehow it's not able to connect. So let's try to understand why. So the Apache server installation somehow did not go through. See, if the web server is running, then you will see the page, right? Let's try to see the status of the service. So sudo httpd status. The command. Okay, it is running. Let's just do sudo service httpd restart. This is another command. Okay. It should work ideally because we just restarted the service. Let me see if I follow the commands. Yeah, so the inbound rules, we need to make sure that they are correct. This will just keep started. Okay, the inbound rules might be an issue with this for the instance that we just configured. So let's check that out. Let me pause this video and figure this out and come back. We need to uh, allocate elastic IPs. Just click on elastic IPs on the side. Click on allocate elastic IP and just do an allocate. Okay, that's one. Now let's see. We'll need to create a VPC as well, virtual private cloud, which I think we created earlier, but maybe we didn't configure it properly for the connectivity to work. So let's do that now. Subnets. Okay, so there are more subnets available. I'm gonna check each. Also, oh yeah, one more thing. I usually like to take North Virginia. Shouldn't matter though. But yeah, now it won't work because we already created everything in Hive. It's okay. Let's just continue with this. Okay, let me try this again. So by creating dynamic IP, does it work directly? I'm gonna take a pause again. So I have figured it out. Basically, you need to go to your security groups. So currently, I believe I'm using Launch Wizard, the one which we created earlier. When you go to this, you have inbound rules and outbound rules. Basically, these are the rules which will limit the systems over the internet that can connect to your server. So mine was not all traffic; it was SSH. I think IPv4 address, some specific address only. So just make sure that your inbound and outbound is having all traffic. You can go to edit inbound rules and then select all traffics from here. And if there is no rule, add a rule. Otherwise, if this is an existing rule, just save the rule. No need to add another rule if you have this option coming up. So yeah, now if I refresh this page, you see Apache default test page is there, right? So that's that. Now let's just go to the tutorial section again. Coming back to, just go back. Okay, so let me see how much time we got. Okay, the last part, let me create another video.